Hello there, good morning, welcome back to Crafters TV. It's 11 a.m. here in the UK, which means, of course, it is time for Wake Up Call. We're going to have a little look ahead at all of the fabulous things that you're going to be seeing throughout the day on this fine, very summery Thursday. And who would be better to have with me in the studio than my TV wife on a lovely warm summer's day? How are you, Debbie?
It feels like forever, Joe.
How long has it been? Where were you, firstly? I think we've worked together once in about 3 months.
Yes. I think it was because I ended up with chicken pox. So yeah, so I didn't come up that last time that we were going to work together. So yeah, but it just feels like ages. But actually, we're back together today.
We are,
and it's a great show.
Today and tomorrow as well. All day today, yes. All day tomorrow, which is wonderful. What I should also let you know is what's happening for the rest of the day then here on Crafters TV. 2 p.m. this afternoon. That's 9 a.m. East Coast, 6 a.m. West Coast. There is a masterclass looking at all things home decor, which is going to be lovely. And we've got a brilliant cartload as well. 6 p.m. in the UK, 1 o'clock East Coast, 10 a.m. if you're over on the West Coast. Bit of a different day today, Debbie, isn't it? A
little bit different, yeah. We decided to shake it up a little bit with our masterclasses because we either have sort of embossing masterclass, we have die cutting, we have some sort of embossing. So we thought we'd do a bit of home decor today. We're still going to do a little bit of card making, but we are going to predominantly do a masterclass on some home decor bits. And it's the first time, Joe, because I've never got my hands on the concertina borders before, and I'm going to show you some of the samples and things that you could be making with them. So these are card based, but there's lots of other things that we can do in the home with them. So we are going to be showing how to do sort of different things throughout the day. But these are absolutely gorgeous because they are really simple to use. You can make them whatever size you want in these borders. You can just use the corners if you want and not have the gap fillers. You can use them all. So this is what I mean by the gap filler. So you can create that one frame all the way around, or just use those corners, which look beautiful. Use all your things that you've got in your stash, so your decoupage, all those sort of things. Cut them out of your pattern papers and look how beautiful they look. Absolutely amazing. And even if you do them just in one colour, they just look incredible. And then what we're going to do...
Sorry, I should just say the pollen. I don't know if anyone has noticed, but the pollen count is very high today.
All I see is you dip forward and I didn't know what happened.
I keep trying to sneeze. I'm trying to hold them in.
I thought it was Flygate again.
No, my eyes are streaming. I'm sneezing. It's going to be one of those days today, Debbie.
No, that's awful. But yes, well, hopefully we can take your mind off the pollen today and get on with some really fab crafting throughout the day.
Absolutely. Right, let's have a little look who's tuning in then and see where everyone's coming in from. Rhiannon is in from Australia. She says hi, Joe, Debbie, CTV crew, social media superstar, and the crafty friends. I hope you're all having a happy day. I'm having a happy day.
We are having a happy day.
Apart from the pollen, I'm having a very, very happy day. Donna's in Collingwood, Ontario. Cheryl's in as well. She says it is hot down here in North Carolina. Great excuse to stay in the car. And they've been having some really, really hot temperatures in the US the last couple of days.
We're about to get some of our own, aren't we, Joe?
Well, there's a long-range forecast for next Saturday, 40 degrees Celsius in the southeast.
Wow.
Yeah, which would be a record. I think the record is like 37.8, I think is a UK record. So it's looking like it's going to be very, very hot. I'm going to hear in the studio next Saturday as well, so make sure you tune in to watch me melting on this
absolutely.
On this
that
armchair.
It's going to be very hot.
It's going to be
We're
really
going to be in
warm.
London this weekend, and apparently it's going to be 28 degrees.
Nice. I'm in London this weekend as well.
Are you?
Yeah, on Saturday.
I'm at Hyde Park.
Are you? What are you doing at Hyde Park?
We're going to see Duran Duran. Oh, not on Saturday, Sunday.
Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday.
Okay, I'm in London on Saturday with the lovely Becky Swan.
Of course.
Going to a music festival. It's going to be glorious, apparently. Who else we got then? And Alicia's in. Says, good morning, everyone. Greetings from Arkansas. Keep cool, everyone. Today, the high will be 101 degrees Fahrenheit. That's warm. That's like too hot to walk on the sand on holiday kind of temperature, isn't it?
Yes, that's just to lay by the pool and dip in every now and again.
Yes, if you don't have a pool, or the sea, if you live in a landlocked state.
The bath.
Yeah, yeah.
The shower.
Get the paddling pool out. Get the paddling pool out. Janice is saying good morning from Virginia. Sarah Brown is in as well from Australia. Hi, Sarah. Joe and Debbie in the house, says Alicia. It's about to be fun, fun, fun. Jill is here as well, so I hope you enjoyed your holiday. So I did enjoy my holiday, thank you. It was really, really lovely. It did feel like I was away for absolutely ever, though.
But you've had some really great things. You'll have to talk about more today.
I'll share some with you as well. Debbie says good morning from New York, and also Kathy saying hi from a very pleasant Aylesbury. Now, some other stuff I need to remind you about. Don't forget there is the Gemini Dyes sale happening over on the website. So 30% off of a shed load of amazing Gemini dyes, all the individuals. We have got some of those bundled in shows with even juicier savings for you as well. But do go out over and check out that whole section over on the website. Now, I want to also let you know, you will be seeing some of this a little later, the Frosty and Bright. It was launched earlier this week. It's been incredibly busy. The brand new Sarah Signature collection. It is an absolute whopper as well. It really is a bumper collection. Loads in here for you. I'll just quickly share it with you. It's a great price, and you will be seeing it later, as I said, in this show. So, there we are, and there it is. So that is everything you are getting as part of the collection. Loads in there. I absolutely love those resist sheets that you've got in there. 12 different card toppers in there for you, which is excellent. It's been very busy. You'll be seeing it in this a little bit later in this Wake Up Call show, which is awesome. Now, if you want to get in touch, you can do so in all the normal ways. Crafters TV on Facebook, Crafters Companion if you are over on YouTube. But let's have a little look firstly at the concertina. I always think it sounds like a car, Debbie, but I think I'm thinking of a Ford Cortina.
Yeah, you could be, Joe, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's
quite
maybe
the same.
Not
and
quite
a
the same.
much lower price as well.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I think Ford Cortinas are quite old. You probably pick them up for about this price.
Oh, I don't think so.
Oh, really?
If you had a Ford Cortina now, especially if it was not in bad condition, I reckon it'd be worth a pretty bob or two.
Worth a few quid? Oh, okay. But yes, these are a great deal. You've got 30% saving on these, which is amazing. So they're very versatile. The great thing is you can really play around with how you put these together. So you've got the corners, which are brilliant. Brilliant with on the concertina. Also, think about slipping into them, just using the corner. I'm thinking for things like photo corners, they're going to look absolutely awesome. You get the vines, and then you get exactly the same, but you get it in this detail here, which is the lace. So both of those coming included. They should be £15 each. Don't get them individually, because they'll be £15 for an extra £5. You get absolutely all of it, which is amazing. Platinum members, you're looking at £16 or $18.40 to get your hands on these ones. I love when we do these kind of concepts, Debbie, because you know the ones that you can really build up and play around with yourself. You just get so much versatility, don't you?
Oh, so much so, yes. And apologies, I should have checked my dies. I should be getting more used to this now, Joe. It's my pet hate, people that leave all their die cuts in their dies. And all the little bits are still in the dies. I can't use them until I've took them all out. So apologies for that. I've just got one more to do. I think I'm going to have to teach myself before I use the dies to come in and actually make sure they are cleaned out first.
Is there anyone you'd like to blame in particular?
No, I think all of them do it.
Oh, okay. Corinne definitely cleaned them out yesterday. I watched her. She's very meticulous.
She? Now, maybe that's because she openly admitted she didn't clean her dies out once, so maybe she started doing it.
Yeah, Debbie Robinson says she just doesn't bother. Yeah,
last week we did have... Oh, sorry, I thought you said you watched Debbie clean, but that was Corinne. Yeah, I don't think it was Corinne. Yeah, Debbie Robinson openly admits she doesn't clean them out. I don't know if they've been used this week, but last week Craig had them on. Can I just say, my love is going out to Craig today. He's in for his op this morning.
He is, isn't he?
Texted him this morning. He's doing good. He's having all his checks. So he's actually looking forward to his operation, which is because it's going to give him a lot more of his health back, which is brilliant. So we wish him well today. Right, let's get on to the concertina borders. These are absolutely stunning. And what I love about them is the amount of things that you can do with them. If you just want to create corners, you can do that. But if you want to create these concertina effects, they are truly amazing. So I'm just going to cut these on my Gemini. They will work in all your die cutting machines. Just refer to your user manual. Let's pop these. And I'm just using a piece of card from our one of our textured pads, the 8x8 pads. And let's run those through.
Denise is saying hi from Trinidad. She says, welcome back, my Joe. Well, thank you, Denise. It's lovely to be back. Rihanna says, I made my first card using the concertina dies earlier this week. The dies are so easy to use, and I was very happy with how it turned out.
Oh, that's
can you ask
brilliant.
for?
Absolutely. And actually, it's the best thing about Crafters TV, because if you're not sure how to use something, I remember being a crafter years ago, buying something because you've seen it on the TV and you thought it was amazing, and then you get it home and you can't remember what they did with it, how you used it. I then started taking pictures to see if I could then remember, but then you can't remember the steps. The great thing about Crafters TV is you can literally go back, watch it again, see what there is. Just type in the box on Facebook or YouTube the concertina borders, and you'll get everybody that's done demos with them. They will all come up and you can watch them, which is quite incredible that we have that education out there.
Yeah, and there's multiple opportunities to see different people's take on them, isn't there? Which is always lovely.
Yeah, absolutely. So just trying to find an end that will pop out. So.
What can we cut other stuff with these, Debbie? Could we do things like acetate with these?
No, because they are an intricate border. If it was just this shape here, then we would be able to do that.
What about vellum?
Vellum, yes, you could cut vellum.
Vellum.
Yeah, oh, vellum would be nice, Joe. That's a good shout. Yeah, really good shout. Yeah, vellum is a nice, easy material to cut out. Yeah, great for doing all your different types. And actually, vellum folds really well as well.
Okay.
So you think about all those lovely coloured pads that we do, or that we've started to do in the vellum. They would cut beautifully with these dies.
Excellent. Always nice to know you've got multiple ways of using these.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's just take that one out. So you can see how beautiful they have all cut out. So let's pop those to the side, clear up our workings. Now, with these, what's great about them, they have, you can see there, all the lines are scored in them for you, and this really thin line just on the top. So all you want to do, I always fold my thinnest line back over itself. So bring in your score tool and just score that down. And then from there, you're going to mountain and valley fold. So we've folded that over, we're going to go the opposite way and bring that one over, fold down, and then the other way. Just like that, as you would like a concertina. And that gives you one of your borders there.
So simple.
And we're going to do that. Now, the reason I've cut these out is because you're going to see the different sizes in them. So I believe we've got a 1.5 inch, I think it is. Hang on, let me get this right. That goes the opposite way. We've got, I think it's, I'm just going to measure it. Oh no, it is a 2 inch. I thought it was 1.5, 2 inch and a 3 inch, which means you can work out whatever size you want your borders to be. So if you've got, say, a 6 inch, let me bring this piece of card in and see. So this is a 6 by 6 piece of card, which is what we're going to be working on. It means that to get our edges, we just have to count the measurements. So, and I'll show you what I mean once we've folded this one over. So we're just going to fold that one in, and we're going to do the same with corners on each side. So again, fold that in, and then it's always this small little one that's going to be folded forward, then backwards, and then forward again. And that will give us our concertina border. So you can see this bit locks into that bit there, and then you have that perfect corner to pop, which is going to then go onto this piece of card here. You're then going to have your piece here. We don't actually need this bit because we're going to add another corner onto that. So you can either add the big one. Can you see I've not left enough gap? So it means we don't need that one. We're going to come in with our smaller one. So we know that we've got those two, and then we'll have another corner, which I'll show you in a minute. So as you build that around, you start building up your frame. But I thought I'd do something a little bit different, Joe. I'm going to bring in, because I've done these all one colour, and quite a nice sort of plain, sort of a really pale lilac-y colour, I thought I would bring in some heat embossing. You know how I love to do that. So I'm going to bring in our, I've got the amethyst metallic ink pad, and all I'm going to do is put that directly onto the edges. That's all I want to do, just do the edges just like so. And then I'm going to bring in our pot of clear embossing powder, and I'm just going to dip that in. So no mess, just dip those in until that's all covered. Oh, not that one's not covered very much, so just, there we go. And then the other one, just like so. And then we're just going to heat emboss those. So it just gives something a little bit different and added texture to those frames as well. So I'm going to switch on my heat tool.
Awesome.
And we're just going to heat those edges up. So what this will do, not only will it give you a nice shiny edge, it will just add that little pop of colour and add some definition to your corners. And I'm going to do the same with the corner one. I love this technique. You love this as well, don't you, Joe?
Yeah, it's one of my favourites, so it really is. I think it gives you such a great gives you such a great effect for such little effort.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that takes seconds to do. So we've got a little corner there and this one, and obviously I've already done quite a few of them. So let's pop those to the side. And then what we're going to do, we're going to create ourselves a little family frame, because I thought we've got that home decor side of things. It's nice to do them as cards, but let's have it where we can build these up. So first of all, I've got my main piece of cards. So I've just got a piece of purple card, just hollowed out the centre, put it onto some papers, and then we've got this piece, which is the same size as what our frame needs to be, because you need something to be able to attach your frames to. So before I put the frames on, I want to actually attach my inside pieces. So we're going to put our panels on here.
I'm loving the nail colour, Debbie. I didn't notice it yesterday.
My bright pink, or bright, they're not really bright pink, it's more of a sort of baby cotton candy sort of colour.
Cotton candy?
Cotton candy. What did you think I said? Don't say what you think I said, actually, Joe.
No, I won't.
Yeah, it's like a candy floss.
Yeah, no, they're really lovely.
Floss colour. Thank you very much. So let's pop that into place. So right in the centre. There we go. And then I'm just going to pop some card, which we're just going to pop onto here. So just toning it in with that deeper sort of purple colour. And then pop that onto there. Oh. Like so. So, Glastonbury, Joe, you went to? Nice
oh,
festival.
yes, it was glorious, Debbie, thank you.
So
really
I love
lovely.
it, because I feel like we're making a picture frame. We can tie up you could, it's a shame I didn't think beforehand. You could have brought us in a photo and we
could have done,
made
yes.
this. I bet you
I
had
got
some
right
amazing photos.
Right to the very front for Paul McCartney.
Oh,
I was like,
was he still amazing at his age?
Like from you to me away, Debbie. Maybe a little bit further than that, but it was very, very close, yeah.
Wow.
He was right there. And he brought out Dave Grohl and Bruce Springsteen as well as his guests.
Oh, wow.
Which was incredible. Absolutely incredible. Yeah, so many highlights of the weekend. It was a bit funny being back after 3 years.
He's what, sorry?
It was a bit funny being back after 3 years.
Oh,
So
of
obviously,
course.
It's not happened for the last two festivals. It's 3 years since we'd been. I did feel like everything was back to normal, which was lovely.
And was it completely back to normal? Did it feel normal?
Yeah, absolutely normal. But yeah, I had to have a night off on the Friday. I think I've maybe aged in the 3 years since the last one. Normally I'd be out all night partying, and this year I wasn't. There was a lot of why don't we get a milky cup of tea and head back to the tent kind of thing going on. So
I love that.
Karen says, good morning, Debbie and Joe from Alabama. Good morning, Karen.
Oh, good morning.
And Melody says, good morning all. So happy to wake up to Joe and Debbie.
Oh, that's
Isn't
so
that nice?
lovely. Well, we're happy you're waking up to us. So, Joe, what I'm doing, I'm putting a little bit of glue just on this top corner here to square off my edges. So these are your corner dies. You can see they've been made perfectly. So when that's folded over, now I like to do this first before we put this onto our corners. And then, because I like to use a wet glue as well, because I think it's the strongest glue that you can have. So you can see, then we can just start slotting. I mean, for scrapbook users, these dies are going to be amazing. So let's just pop them in so you can see. So without even gluing them, they're going to just slot nicely into place. Look at that, absolutely stunning. And then we're going to do our other corners here. And again, I like to just add that bit of glue, so pop them down. Just making sure I've not folded that one particularly well, so I'm just squaring that off and then making sure we burnish that down. And then just add in that bit of glue again to go over the top. And you literally just square that off and then you get that perfect corner. And then our last one. So who was your favourite at Glastonbury?
I think it was probably, Debbie, the Pet Shop Boys.
Oh, okay. I didn't think you were going to say that.
Oh, yeah, I loved them. The
Yeah,
Pet
I love
Shop
the
Boys
Pet Shop Boys, but I actually thought you were going to say George Ezra.
I did love George Ezra because he's an absolute babe, isn't he? But yes, he was excellent. There were just so many. We've even saw a Ukrainian folk dance band, they were like a drum and bass folk band from the Ukraine. I mean, even that was, amazing. There were so many wonderful.
Well, the thing is, it's Glastonbury. They're not going to have anyone that's not good, are they?
No, exactly. Yeah, there was more people this year though, and so there was, I think, 20,000 extra tickets sold this year.
Oh wow!
And it did feel amazing. I don't know if it felt quite busy because none of us had been to a music festival for so many years, or whether there was extra people there. But yeah, it was very, very busy, and the weather was glorious as well. It was absolutely perfect. A tiny little bit of rain one day, and that was it. But it always quite handy. It always rained in the morning before we headed out for the day. So yeah, it was glorious. Roll on next year, Debbie.
Oh, that's amazing. And
you went to a music festival, didn't you? I can't remember.
Yeah, so we went to an 80s one. Yeah, which was...
And you got to see one of my absolute favourites.
Who's that?
Billy Ocean.
Oh, Billy Ocean. Do you know what, Joe? He really shocked me because...
Oh, he's excellent, isn't he?
He's 70 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, 70. I mean, you put that into perspective, and his singing voice is second to none. He's so good. So good. Yeah.
But I was reading yesterday, the day before, Mick Jagger, obviously the Rolling Stones just played 2 nights at Hyde Park. Mick Jagger's 78.
I know.
And still bounding around.
Yeah. I suppose
Paul McCartney
it does show you can keep yourself young.
Absolutely. Paul McCartney was 80 the week before he headlined
Glastonbury. No
80
way.
years old. And he played a 3-hour set, Debbie. Yeah.
Wow. Oh my goodness, I didn't realise he was that old. That is absolutely mad, yeah. My favourite at our AIDS festival was Human League.
I love Human League.
They were so good, and they've not even aged. They have not aged at all. I can't remember what the blonde woman who sings in Human League's name is, but...
Human League blonde lady.
She had a short skirt on and she had the most amazing legs, and you just think, wow.
Is it still the original lineup?
I think so, as far as I know. Definitely the main singer and the blonde woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but yeah, they were just incredible. Level 42, who else was playing? Oh, so many, I've forgotten now.
Are you saying Duran Duran
this weekend? Yeah, Duran Duran is, they headline on their own, don't they?
So. My friend has, I've got a friend who moved over from Australia, and her partner is over, and she has pretty much planned a whole 2 months in the UK around Duran Duran. She's that big a fan. She's literally come over from Australia just for it. So they're going to be there this weekend as well.
Amazing.
They're very, very excited.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I literally cannot wait. Yeah, I don't think they're on till late, and they've got some other people on. But Le Chic, have you heard of Le Chic?
You mean Chic?
You what?
Chic.
Chic, yeah. Did I call it
Chic
Le Chic?
Noel
Rogers and
yeah,
Chic.
Not Le
Chic.
Chic.
It's because it's their song Le Chic, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think the song's called Le Chic either.
Yeah, Le Chic.
Chic and Noel Rogers, the song is just called Chic, and they're called Chic as well. But they're very, very good. Very good. Oui, oui, la chic.
Thanks for outing me, Joe.
Rosalind says, hello from Maryland, everyone. Debbie and Joe, looking forward to the giggles. Oh, they've started already, Rosalind. They really have. Have you been here much in the last, sort of, since I've been off, have you been here much, Debbie?
Not really, no.
Oh.
Last week I was back. Yeah, I think I've done sort of a few days each week. So, yeah, it's been nice and steady. I'm in the next couple of days. And then, yeah, it's Al's birthday on Monday. So we've got a party on Saturday. His big 50th birthday. That was funny yesterday. I was talking to Joe about Al's birthday, and he says, is it a big one? But we were talking about...
Debbie said that he was having a party for his birthday, and that she meant, which kind of conversation had kind of moved on slightly, hadn't it?
Yeah.
And you just mentioned his birthday. I said, oh, is it a big one?
And I said, there's about 20 people coming.
I was like...
I thought you meant, is it a big
Debbie.
party?
The birthday, Debbie.
Big birthday, yeah, it is a big birthday.
It's a big one. The big
Yes.
50. How does he feel about being 50?
He is going to be 50. There we go. That was
Yeah,
14.
I know. I said, how does he feel about being 50? Yes, he is going to be 50.
He's 50. I did warn you before the show. My hearing is really bad today. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I feel like I've got water down there. It's awful. Right, we're just popping our
So how does he feel about being 50? I'll ask again.
I don't think he's worried, to be honest.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, fair enough.
Hasn't really said too much. We get there. So there we go. We've got our frame. Now,
That
the other thing I
completely
want
changes
to
it,
do-
that inking.
Yeah,
Makes it look
sorry?
completely different, the heat embossing that you've done.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, totally different, doesn't it? And just gives it that more sort of framing. Now, there is a little tip. So if you want to hold your frames together, so if this is going to be out on the side at all, take a strip of this, and we'll do it actually, Joe, just to, oh, let's bring the guillotine over, because you really do only need a tiny strip. But it's a really clever way of just adding a little bit of structure to those sides. So it's just that thin strip. Let's bring in this scrap piece of card so we can just pop that down. Use your dotty tape pen, so that's the easiest that you can use, and just put the dots down onto there. Then all you need to do is pop this underneath. So just a little strip underneath that one. You can then pop that one on top. And you just hold it down, and you can then press it down because that will stick, and that will hold them all in place. And then I just take that piece off to hold that last one in, as long as I've put my dots down enough. Just pop that into place there. And what that will do, it will just hold them all securely. And then if we pop that down, and then they will all stay in one position as they go down. Can you see where this one, it comes out a little bit? So you can just hold them into place, and the top one. So you can do that all the way around. I mean, that's really quick and easy. And then all I've done is just grabbed a little photo here, just a generic photo of a couple. So you can put any of your pictures in there. I'm going to be showing you later how we can make a photo
I thought she was wearing
frame.
some sort of headpiece for a second then. I didn't realise it's his hand pointing. I thought she had some sort of very interesting headdress on for a moment.
Well, she's an elephant
It doesn't
in
look like
disguise.
he's got his, it doesn't look, when you look at him, it doesn't look like he's pointing when she's got this sort of hand out the top of her head.
So we're just going to pop that one into our frame. I'm going to pop that down there a little bit, just like so. And then all we've got to finish off is I've just cut. Now we've got some saying dies on the show. All I've done is trim the family out from one of those dies, and we're just going to mat and layer those over the top. So I'm going to use that white again. Let's bring in our dotty tape pen. So just move in that one. Let's go over the top of the lilac one, and if you wanted to, you could always do some extra heat embossing on that as well. So I'm just going to pop that slightly to the bottom. There we go. So it gives us that shadow, and then we're going to pop that onto our picture. Oh, and one more thing that I did, and I will just show you. So you're probably like, because we're doing sort of home decor, I'm going to pop that just there. And then I've just created a little card here, and I'll give you the measurements. All I've done is done it 3 inches, and I've scored it at half an inch on the side. And that creates just a little stand for the back. So if you just hold that onto your back like this, we're just gonna pop our tape. Again, probably best to use a wet glue because this is gonna be stood upright. You could put 2 pieces of card in place, and that would really add to that structure. And also, put another piece of card, the same as this, on the back, and it will hide all your workings, but that then gives us a stand for our pictures. There we go.
Amazing. What a really, really brilliant project that is, and a really lovely little keepsake. Maybe you've built pictures from holidays, like Debbie was saying. Maybe you've been to a music festival. You could put a picture in there of your 80s music festival, Debbie.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
This one here, let me take you through then the 2 options that you've got. So you've got the lace, well they're not options because you're getting both of them for that incredible price. The lace is this one just here. We've just changed those details for you back to the concertina dies, but you get the lace there, the 3 separate ones, and then you've got the vines in here too. £20 or $23. They should be £15 each. You're getting over 30% off on this particular collection. You will be seeing more of these in that later masterclass as well. Miriam says, good morning from South Carolina. Hello, Joe, Debbie, CTV and Team Social. Hot and humid this morning at 81 degrees Fahrenheit, a high of 97, and it will feel hotter with heat index. What's heat index? Anyone know?
Heat index.
No, we are completely
flummoxed.
Not a clue here in the studio. What is the heat index, Miriam? Do let me know. Lillian says it looks like a llama on her head. It does, doesn't it? It really does. And Rosalind saying, what a lovely project. So let's move on and have a little look at something else we'll be seeing in that later masterclass show. A brilliant selection of flower forming dies for you. So you've got 5 different sets within here. So you've got the foliage first, which is this one. And foliage is excellent because it's just brilliant to really ground any of your different floral projects. You've then also got the ivy, which is this one here, which I love the way that this builds up. Really lovely. And also beautiful embossing detail on here too. This one here is the hydrangea garden. And again, this is not just dies, you've also got a stencil in here, so you can really create those much larger petals, which is brilliant. Then you've got the lily, which is that one there, and you'll also get the clover in there too. $16.95, $21.75 is what you're saving here on this. £24 or $32. I nearly bought some hydrangeas the other day, Debbie.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, but have a guess how much they are. So I saw them at the florist and I was like, oh, delicious, I'll be getting those.
Oh, quite a lot then.
3 stems, £20.
Wow, really?
I know. I bought 4 stems of something else, and it was 3 stems of hydrangea. Sorry, just got the fact police there in my ear. I think you might have said 4 yesterday. No, it was definitely 3 yesterday, and it's still 3 today. 3 stems which were £20.
Wow.
I want to move on before I get myself in any more trouble.
Were they real flowers?
Yeah, real. I mean, I've got to say they were absolutely ginormous. They were sort of yay big, but yeah, still, that's a lot of money, isn't it?
It is a lot of money.
Could have, you know, for a bit more money, you could buy that and make them yourself. Let me share with you the acetate. I need to let you know that the silver and gold acetate has sold out and gone. Congratulations if you got your hands on it. You can still get a hold of, though, the red and green. And it is absolutely beautiful. Have you had a chance to play with this yet, Debbie?
No, I haven't, and I really must because I've got it on Hobby Maker soon.
Yeah, it's amazing. So tricky. 380 microns, which is kind of double what you'd expect even from a construction acetate. It really is brilliant. Lots you're going to be able to do with it. It folds and scores beautifully as well. You will get 4 designs in here, and you'll get 4 of each of those, 3 of each of those designs, so 12 sheets in each of these. A lot of you choosing to multi-order this. The foiling detail on there as well is absolutely beautiful. I don't think the camera really does it justice because it is very, very reflective. $19.99 or $22.95 is your price on that. Whilst we're on a bit of a Christmas theme, let's head on over to our Frosty and Bright. Right, heat index, Debbie. I've nearly called you Debbie then, I don't know why. The heat index is what it feels like once you add the humidity. So temperature could be 80, but heat index means it feels like 90.
Oh, okay.
So it's when you add the humidity on top of the heat, which is fabulous. Yeah, so thank you, Erin and Kimberly and Betty, for letting me know that. We're going to move on. We're going to have a little look at something that it's fair to say, well, we knew you were going to love it, didn't we? Because you guys adore Sarah Signature collections we bring to you, but the Christmas ones are always so special, and this is definitely one of those. I love how delicate this particular collection is, quite stylised as well. Very, very floral, which is wonderful, but sort of hints of those other sort of, you know, true Christmassy elements in here. Lots of snowflakes and snowfall and flurries in this one. Things like your baubles as well. Just a gorgeous colour tone. Definitely something I could see you basing all of your Christmas projects, maybe even creating a total Christmas theme using this particular collection. So you will get the 12 by 12 paper pad included. You will also get in here this one, which is your 6 by 6 paper pad, all totally resized for you in the 6 by 6. The other thing that we've done for this as well, and I love it when we do this, is we've released 3 limited edition ink pad colours, water reactive ink pad colours to go with the collection. So you've got the frosted sea glass, which is that one just there. You also then have the polar blue, this one here, and you've got the lavender ice within there as well. So a lot of you choosing to add extras of these to your basket over the last few days. Absolutely everything I'm sharing with you is available individually, whether you want to add extras or you want to create your own bundle. You can do all of that over on the website. You will get the ribbons included. They are going to be in there for you, as are the sequins. Really lovely big bag of those iridescent sequins. You've then got your gilding flakes too, which are colour matched again to the collection, which I think is just real genius. We then move into the luxury cardstock too. Really beautiful colours. I love that the luxury cardstock giving the glitter in here, because the cardstock itself, the papers in here, are sort of slightly muted, but definitely able to jazz them up with some of these luxury cardstock. So you've got that included in there as well. You then also have in, it's so big, this collection, I've had to split it out into 2 different piles. Let's pop that over there. You've also got the faux snow in here as well. So you'll get 50 grams of the faux snow. We always say don't travel through an airport with this, Debbie, don't we? But you do get a very large bag of it included. And also, when you're using it, don't have the fan on. Yeah, because it goes absolutely everywhere. But you will get that in there. Then let's move into some of the hardware. So you've then got your Merry Christmas sentiments. Now this is brilliant because you've got the die cut element with Christmas, and then all the other stamps that you could possibly need to curate your own sentiment using this. I also love as well that you've got edgeables, but it's like you've got a sort of collection of edgeables within the signature collection, because they are a brilliant die, these. You're going to be able to cut them into your card concepts, as you can see, or create toppers with them. And you've got the 3 different greetings there. So you've got Happy Holidays, you've also got Merry and Bright, and you've got Happy Christmas in there too. So they are your edgeables. We then move in some of the more decorative dies. So this one here is your beautiful baubles. Separated the outside cutting edge for you, so you've got the ability to do that matte layer there too, which is great. And you've also got this one, which is your snowflake edgeable in here. Definitely going to work well with this collection, but something I could see you using not just away from the collection, but all the year through actually. And you've then got your Christmas tree edgeable. And this one's really clever, because you've got a cutting edge that goes all the way around the outside, but then it's separated into this left side here, or you've then got the rest of the cutting edge. So you can cut it all the way out, or you can actually use it inside as a side panel, which is excellent. Then you've got your Christmas tree foliage in here. Brilliant to have foliage, as we'd said about in the earlier flower forming collection, but wonderful to have a selection of Christmas foliage. This is, I love these. I think they are so, so pretty. It's a sparkling snowflakes. You've got 5 different designs and sizes of snowflakes there. Then you've got your embossing folder, and this is brilliant. It's your enchanted Christmas tree. This, the dimension that we've achieved on there is brilliant. And I also love the fact that you've got the little pin dots around the outside of that. So really thinking about all the detailing. You've then got the Christmas tree frame. This is going to cut that aperture for you. Brilliant as a photo frame, but then adding all of the embossed detail around the outside. And then finally, you've got your resist pad. Now, the resist pad is brilliant. So I know we've sometimes done foil pads for you, but with this, you're adding the ink yourself. So you can see you are going to get be able to colour match this exactly as you wish. So in there, you have got 12 different designs, and you get one of each in that particular configuration. Now, the great thing about this is it is a bumper collection. It's one of the larger Sarah signature collections I'd say we've seen, but the price is still incredible for you. Everyone saves £62 at $81. That's your today price right there. Of course, though, everyone is going to be using some sort of club-inspired discount. So platinum members, $116.79 or $152.76. Everyone in the US is going to get free shipping and handling, free UK postage and packaging as well. Now, there is another option when it comes to this, with the extra cardstock. Well, that was the details there. That was the details with the extra cardstock. So that's one with the extra cardstock. So in there, you get everything I've just said, shown you. You get an extra one of the 12 by 12s, and you also get an extra one of the luxury cardstock, I believe. Yes, that's what we're going to go with. So in this bundle, then, you are going to get an extra one of the 12 by 12s and an extra luxury cardstock. Is that right? Excellent, brilliant. There is another deal for you as well, where you can just get one of the 12 by 12s and one of the luxury cardstocks. Both options, which is that one just there on your screen, both of the options are available over on the website. Hit the Shop the Day button and you will be able to see everything in there, which is excellent. Right, let's move on. We are going to go back to the lovely Debbie and have some inspiration. That was the box that... Corinne made, yeah.
Oh, okay,
Really
yes. So, beautiful way to use it. What you can see, first of all, is you're getting edgeables in this collection. So, anyone that didn't catch the show the last few days, it's such a pretty collection. For me, it's my favourite, I think, so far of all the Christmas ones. It's so stunning. The paper pad is incredible. You'll know you'll want multiples of those. I love the glitter cardstock that's in here. Using that die and putting them together, but you can see that die is just one die that cuts half of that. Putting them together looks amazing. Cut them onto one piece of card. Look at the difference with those. What I love about this one, I don't think this necessarily has to be Christmas. I think this looks like a mandala when you put it together like that. It's got that big almost flower in the middle, not snowflakes. So really beautiful designs. That Christmas tree is absolutely stunning. So being able to cut it straight into that card and just on that edge looks absolutely incredible. This is fast becoming my favourite colour glitter card, Joe. It's like a platinum, almost like a charcoal-y sort of colour. It's beautiful. That silver, deeper sort of silver on there is gorgeous. We've got some gorgeous baubles in there. I mean, these cards just are so pretty. I love the contemporary feel of this collection. That embossing folder, not a lot to that, just a little bit of those new ink pads and your Christmas die and stamps going across the top. Using all those sequins and snow as those sort of shaker elements in your card. That's actually an easel card. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. And ribbons as well. That holographic ribbon, Joe, is just beautiful. And then the last one, showing a different one of that actual Happy Holidays that goes across. All this foliage is brilliant because, you know, normally you get one little die, Joe, to cut it out. You actually get one big die that cuts multiples out in one go, and I'll show you that as well. So let's pop those underneath to the side, and then we're going to bring in a strip of card. Now I'm going to be using the Merry and Bright, so the edgeable one. As you know with our edgeables, or maybe don't know, you've not heard of our edgeables, these are dies that have a cutting edge across wherever you're putting them, which means they will create that edgeable feel. Now just make sure when you're looking at your die you've got it the right way round, so you know that your Merry is at the top, because what will happen, this long line cuts here and then goes over the top of all these letters and then cuts across here. What it doesn't cut out, it cuts into the card the word "and bright," but it doesn't cut that out, so it leaves it in that cardstock. So what we're going to do is we're going to place this across the top. Now what I am going to do is I'm going to use my glass mat just to position the actual piece of card, so I know roughly that we're going straight on there, but actually we're going to pop that to the top. We're going to do it from this edge here, and we're going to pop that right to the top, and then we're going to grab our low-tack tape and take that down. So just pop that across there. So that's our first one. I'm then going to bring in some of that gorgeous glitter cardstock. I mean, Joe, have you ever seen colours like this in glitter cardstock? Isn't it?
A lot of the times it's still quite Christmassy.
It is.
It's like Christmas, glitzy Christmas office party, isn't it?
Yes, it's just amazing. I mean, so, so pretty. Or even if you've got, I mean, if you want to multi-buy these, if you've got weddings coming up, I mean, that tone on weddings would be amazing. So, but absolutely beautiful. And we're going to use our dies here to cut them out. I'm also just going to bring in, I'm not using the foliage, but I am going to bring in that bow. That bow is a really usable bow that you've got on there. So this is what I was saying about, these are the ones that you can make your wreath and Christmas tree. But look, it's one die that cuts out all those sprigs.
Very clever.
One die cuts out all those sprigs. So I think that is brilliant. And if you've got a Gemini Mini, you can just whack them through there and have you'd have hundreds within a couple of minutes, wouldn't you, of these dies, because they are so good to use. And then you're getting all your mistletoe and your holly as well in there, plus the star for your Christmas tree. But we're just going to be using the bow, so we're going to be doing these out of our pink. So I'm going to take our middle section and cut them out as well. Now you could use these, just checking that's not got any bits in it, it's got a few bits. Make sure, especially if you're cutting mirror card, glitter card, that all your pieces have come out. And then we're going to use our two longest baubles on there. Now if you want, you could cut the outside edge and then put your other piece in. I'm going to pop these in together and I'm going to take them down so we know that we get them just right. So place them onto there. Then we'll just grab our low tack tape, take those down, and then we can send them all through together.
Mary Kay says, I love this collection. I believe she's just gone for it. Kimberly saying, beautiful paper. Absolutely love them. The colours. Suzanne Dawn says, all of the cards boxes are truly magical, beautiful, stunning. There are not enough words. It is a gorgeous collection. I think the Sarah Signature Christmas collection is the one, isn't it? It's the one that I know people that collect these all the year through. It's the one everyone seems to get the most excited about, Debbie. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, no, I agree. I think it is the one that you get more excited about because you're sort of waiting all year for it, aren't you, this one? And actually, it always shocks me at the differences that we bring out each year to add to other collections as well. They're never the same as what we've had in the past. They're always slightly variations. So obviously we'd always expect a Christmas tree, or we'd expect some baubles and snowflakes.
It's not Christmas without baubles, Debbie.
Absolutely not, absolutely not. Now what I would say about, now this is cut perfectly, but be mindful of glitter card because it takes a little bit more to go through, and it just seems like I haven't caught that bow at the top. So I am gonna, as we take them out, I'm just gonna run this one through just one more time, just to give it an additional cut. So when you take this out, this is so, so clever. So I'm being very careful, just taking my tape away. And you see that's all taken our merry and bright out. But what it's done is it's left it in the card still. And then all I'm going to do, I'm going to come in with my scissors and we're just going to snip away that side. And we're going to snip away this side. Actually, I'm just going to give you the measurements before I did that because I didn't give you the measurements. I've done this to 8.5 inches by 2.5 inches, okay? And then I've scored in, I think, an inch. Yes, I scored in an inch on each side. So just give you those measurements. So when we cut that away, I mean, keep this because you've got your bright completely cut out, so you could use that for anything else. And you've got your and there. Actually, look at that for a usable and as well. So use that in all your, if you've got Mr. and Mrs. cards, or you want to say anything with an and in it. Then we've got our piece here. and we've got like our bits at the side. So, and then what I've also done, using our glitter card here, cut your Merry out again. So because I just want the letters of that, so just cut that along the bottom, just cut a little bit out, and then I've just popped mine through my sticker machine just to create the words Merry. So let's pop those in. And then we're going to bring our cardstock in. So I've used that beautiful cardstock. And
it turns out you weren't completely barking up the wrong tree, Debbie.
Oh.
The song by Chic is called Le Freak.
Oh, Le Freak.
They're not called Le Chic.
I just got a little bit mixed up, didn't I? Yeah, Le Freak, not Le Chic. But doesn't it say Le Freak, Le Chic?
I'm not sure.
I think the words in the song is Le Freak, Le Chic. I think. I might be wrong.
I think it's so chic.
Le Freak, Le Freak, La Freak, La Chic. Yeah, I could be just completely making it up, but it's a good tune and they're a good group. So
well, I'm obviously going to Google the words now, aren't I?
The papers in this pad are exceptional. I mean, they are so beautiful. Paper Pad has been at it again and creating the most amazing pad, which is just so beautiful. So first of all, I want to put this on, but we want to use our Merry and Bright to go around that. So we're going to wrap this around. So I've done my cardstock. I'll give you the measurements again for that. Is just 6 by 6. I've then done this, so when you put it round, it creates that curved edge. But what I also want to do is a little bit more to that. So let's bring in our piece of cardstock. I've got another piece of the glitter cardstock. Now, if you didn't want to waste some of this, what I would suggest is cutting some down. But I actually want that to come up over and across the bottom. So that gives us a bigger amount going round. So we're going to place this one over the top. So all I'm going to do, bring in my dotted tape pen. And because
it's freak out, Le Freak, Cest Chic.
Cest Chic.
Cest Chic, yeah.
So I was nearly there.
Nearly there. I mean, you're practically bilingual.
Joe, I missed your cheekiness. So we're just going to pop that right in the centre there. Like so. Turn it over and just burnish it down. That way I'll make sure those glue dots will really fit to our glitter cardstock. And don't be frightened of using our tape pens. They will stick brilliantly to the glitter cardstock. So that way then we can pop that around that centre. So that's creating all our main focal piece. And in fact, I don't think I want so much of that. So I'm going to just trim that one down because I want to take it a little bit lower. So let's just take this down here. Just making sure I do that really straight along there. Yep. And then I'm going to take the top off that as well. There we go, that's better. That just frees me up a little bit more room because we have got our baubles, so they're inside here. Let's pop that one down. And then what I've also done, using my nesting dies, all I've done is cut out one of those gold glitter cards and put a circle of this. Now, you don't have to do this. I just think this just adds even more sort of structure to your card, gives it more intensity. So we're going to pop that down first, and I want some of those colours shining through. So let's use our... I've lost the tape pen, Joe. There it is, right in front of me. So I'll pop this over the top. There's some really gorgeous elements in this collection, so you'll absolutely love it. So popping that into the centre. So we're doing that before we do our wraparound, and then we're going to attach these sides. So just put our glue on each side, putting plenty of it down. Sarah has a really good tip. She always says about putting tape to tape to make it even more stickier. So if you know where you're going to wrap it round and pop it down, you could then, when you turn that over, you could put just a little bit more tape at the side. Then when you wrap that round, that will really stick fast. And then we can do the same on that side. And then we're just going to bend that in. So before I do, I want to just very gently start to curve that card. So just running it through your fingers. Don't bend it straight away because your card will crack, will get dented. So once you do that, you can then pop that into place and hold that exactly where that's going to go. There we go. And then we're just going to, I'm going to burnish that down as well. So that gives us our card front. Now let's bring in our baubles. So just pop those on and take these ones out. Do you know when I was doing this, Joe, I realised what I was doing then, because the frame is a matte and layering. So when I was at home, I was prepping these and doing something different. So I was making like see-through,
right.
So which actually is a good way to show you how to do it. If you want just that rim all the way around, use both of them together,
right.
And that will create your. Put some acetate behind. You can either make little shaker, little balls like ball balls, which are quite handy. But what I have done is I cut them out again. I then thought in pink cardstock, so cut these ones out again in your pink cardstock, and then these will matte and layer over the top.
Christine Mahoney, is it the 6x6 or 12x12 that you're using here in this one, Debbie?
It's a 12x12.
12x12,
yes, 12x12. I'm a bit of a fan of the 12x12s. I think if you like small projects and you want to shrink the image down, the 6x6 is very good, but I quite like chopping my 12x12 pad up, and I quite like the bigger print on the 12x12. So yeah, there's the 6x6. 6x6, it's a mouthful this morning, isn't it, Joe? Is actually smaller print. It's all shrunk down. But then you can see, look how beautiful the bauble is. So really lovely. And then you've got your bow. So your bow's a really lovely one as well. Oh, don't want to put that on my pink cardstock. We'll keep that for later. So you've got your beautiful bow. I mean, that is going to go through so much your craft, and I love that the fact that you've got all your detail in that, all your embossed detail, so it really looks like a proper bow. So once you pop all those together, let's pop them to the side. In fact, I will just cut one of these out so you can see the whole thing being made. So let's bring in my Gemini MIDI, or Mini should I say, which is so easy to use and great for all the little embellishments in this collection. So that cuts that out for us. And then all we're going to do is take our dotty tape pen, and then we can place that over the top.
Beautiful.
Yeah, really nice design. And then all I did on your cardstock, if you just, again, I mean, we could do it, I'm going to do it by guillotine because I can't cut a straight line with scissors. I'm a bit rubbish at that. But just create yourself a little strip, and then that will act as your, you can attach that then to the back. So again, put some little dots on there. Attach that to the back there. So that creates your hanger. And then we just use our bow. I just had it, didn't I, Joe? There it is. Just to pop on there. Look how pretty that looks.
That's lovely.
I mean, it's amazing, isn't it? What a simple die can do. So pop that there, that on the top. And that creates our little hanging bauble. Now I've done a couple of those, and I've also put just a little gem just into the centre of those. But how beautiful do they look? These are lovely dies to have. So let's bring these back in.
Debbie, would you mind just recapping the measurements of the layers, please, for the card?
Yes, absolutely. So I've done this 6 inches by 6 inches, which is my bigger card, and then I've come down a quarter of an increment on each matte and layer. The actual piece here I've done by 8 inches. So this white piece is 8 inches by 2.5 inches, and then just cut this across there. And then the piece of card inside, I can't remember how I did this, so I should have them wrote down. Let me just check.
Okie doke. It was Kathy that was asking. And
I didn't write them down.
No, Joan says, afternoon, Joe and Debbie from the south of France. Doesn't feel anything like Christmas here. It's absolutely steaming hot. I can imagine it is. It was very warm. I was there a couple of weeks ago. I hope there's air conditioning, Jane. That's all I'll say.
It's a weird time, isn't it, Christmas? But obviously, it's a great time for crafters to get everything in.
I bet there's crafters out there that have completely finished, Debbie, already, you know.
Oh, probably. Let us know.
Let us know if you've been. Let us know A, if you've started or not, and B, if you have, how many have you got done already? I know we're sort of gearing up now, aren't we?
I think it's just the right time to start, and even if you don't start, it's the right time to have everything in your stash. And once you've got everything in your stash, you can then craft whenever you want to craft. I have to admit, I've always found it quite strange to be using fake snow and crafting with glitter and stuff for Christmas in the summer, but it makes you quite grateful when Christmas comes along, because actually, Joe, it's the one theme in the year that we make so many different cards for. I know people that make 100, 200 Christmas cards, and there you go, you can see our beautiful card. This collection is an absolute must-have for anybody that wants everything in one set to be able to create all their Christmas cards. So really pretty. And what I love about it most, Joe, is the colour tones in this one.
Yeah.
I was saying the other day, I'm definitely more of a contemporary sort of girl when it comes to Christmas cards, and this collection is not going to disappoint. You'll absolutely love it.
Yeah, it's almost got a bit sort of Scandinavian feel,
yeah,
isn't it?
It's just so pretty.
I think contemporary is such a great word for it, Debbie. What I'll do is quickly whiz you back through them, what you are getting. You will, of course, get in here your 12 by 12 cardstock, which is just fabulous. It really sets the tone for the whole collection. Very, very pretty. You will get 36 sheets of that. You will also get 36 sheets. That was close, wasn't it? 36 sheets of the 6 by 6. That's easy to say, isn't it? 36 sheets of the 6 by 6 in there as well. Then what I'll also just show you these because I adore them. 3 limited edition water reactive ink pad colours coming included for you as well. So you've got the frosted sea glass, you've also got the polar blue, and you will receive the lavender ice in there. So they're coming included. Then you've got your sequins as well in here, and you also have the ribbons, and you'll get this, the gilding flakes, perfectly colour matched to go with this collection. The other thing you're getting as well is your faux snow, 50 grams of that, which is absolutely loads. You've also then got as well your luxury cards. So absolutely loving this. It really does give you sort of a gives you a bit of glitz and glam to sort of zhuzh up certain projects with this collection. You've got the glitter, then you've got the double-sided pearlescent in there also. So that is coming included for you too. Let me just move this out of the way. You get absolutely loads in this collection. Then we'll move into the other elements. So you've got here your stamps and dies, which are your sentiments. The Christmas, excuse me. The Christmas is the die cut, and then you've got the other stamps on there as well. Then we're going to move into your edgeables. Just seen Debbie using these. You get 3 of these in here, which is excellent. So you've got 3 different sentiments on there. So you've got your Happy Holidays, your Merry and Bright, and you'll also get then the Happy Christmas too. Those baubles that you've just seen Debbie creating, or ornaments, depending on where you are, is the beautiful baubles that are these. You've then got the snowflake edgeables in there too. A really, really lovely design, this one. So much intricate detail, and you can double that up quite easily as well and create a full snowflake should you wish. You've then got the Christmas tree in here, which I just think is wonderful. It reminds me of like a Christmas tree you'd see in like Trafalgar Square, Debbie, or the Rockefeller Centre. You know, like a really, really massive Christmas tree.
The really fancy sorts.
Yes. I I think me and my words, they're going to fail me today, Debbie. I was going to say, I do love a fat bottom when it comes to a Christmas tree. And then I was just going to say, I do love a fat bottom,
I think you could
period.
say that. Yeah,
what?
absolutely. Oh, period.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I just love a fat bottom. And then I thought, no, don't say it, and you mean about a Christmas tree is what I'm talking about.
You've said it now, Joe.
I know, and then I said it anyway, so, I mean, there's no secrets here, is there? The Christmas tree foliage is this one just here. You've then got the sparkling snowflakes, really, really lovely these. You could almost use these as like a mask, I guess, and spritz over them if you wanted to. It would be a lovely way to use them. You've got the enchanted Christmas tree embossing folder. You've also got your cut and emboss folder. And then you've got the 12 resist panels as well in there. And these are brilliant because they are 4x6 in size. You get 12 different designs within there. $124.99, $162.95 is brilliant value. The platinum price is under £100 or $130 and change, which I think is excellent. Free postage and packaging if you're here in the UK. Free shipping and handling for our friends across the pond. It's very, very busy in this wake-up call, as we knew it would be. Definitely get ahead as well and have a little look at everything that's coming up throughout the day by clicking with the Shop the Day button, because that's going to share with you all of the great deals that are in Masterclass and also in our later Cartload show. And you've also then got that 30% sale on Gemini dyes whilst you are over there. We're going to give you an opportunity to check out whilst you do that. Here's all the details of Club Inspire.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Quick Buy, all your crafty must-haves in a flash.
Make light work of intricate and delicate die-cutting designs with the Pokey Tool from Crafter's Companion. An absolute essential part of any paper crafter's kit, its precise tip has been designed to release the tiniest pieces to reveal your finished results with absolute precision. And to make sure your finished project is perfect, each Pokey Tool has a rubber tip protector, so there's no risk of damaging your die-cutting design or yourself. The Crafter's Companion Pokey Tool is such an essential craft item, we've included 2 in each set.
Quick Buy, get yours now.
Absolutely, get yours now. Lots of you chatting away with lots and lots of love coming in for that last make of Debbie's. Donna is a new viewer. Hello, Donna. We seem to have a sort of a hub of viewers around Melbourne in Australia. Donna says, good evening from Melbourne, Australia. This is my first time watching. I was looking for some inspiration. It looks like I found some. Hello. We've got quite a lot of Australian viewers now. Christine says, what a beautiful card, Debbie. Joe, I've missed you. I missed you as well, Christine. Lynn says, gorgeous card. The glitter cards are such beautiful and rich in colour. They look really classy. Liz saying, what a lovely make, as is Beatrice and Miriam. And Christine says, good morning from New York City. I could always use me a cup of Joe early in the morning. You bring the sunshine to crafting. How lovely is that? Is a cup of Joe like a hot drink?
No, just a cup of you. It's a cup of joy.
Is it? I think it's a term though. For, like if you have a cup of Joe, I think it means something.
Well, I just think it's I just think it's a drink that's really nice, comforting. Okay. So it is probably a hot drink.
Are you making this up?
No.
Oh, okay,
no,
just checking.
No. I think that is their a cup of.
I love that. Kimberly says this is my favourite Christmas collection to date. It is a beautiful one. It really is. We're going to move on. Still very busy on the Frosty and Bright. We'll try and share that with you as well. You all right?
It was me on there.
Oh, okay. I think Charlotte spilt a drink on the buttons again. Oh, she was Googling the Cup of Joe thing instead of directing the show. It does
cup
mean...
of coffee.
It means cup of coffee, apparently.
There you go.
Warm, satisfying, quite bitter.
Well, it depends how you have your coffee.
Yeah.
Warm and frothy. Maybe warm and creamy. I like I don't drink coffee, so I actually don't know. Am I making
Frozen is how I like my stone cold heart.
Iced coffee. Do they do iced coffee?
Oh, I love an iced coffee.
Oh, okay.
Do you not like it?
I don't like coffee, so I wouldn't. I like coffee cake.
Right. Yeah.
And I like coffee creams.
Right. Okay.
I don't like coffee. Yes, I have tried coffee, Charlotte. Yeah.
Maybe just a terrible coffee.
I think I've tried quite a few.
Have you?
Yeah. The last coffee I had, and I don't know why, I suddenly thought, oh, I might like a cup of coffee. We were at the zoo, and I had a latte because I thought, well, a nice creamy coffee, but I just didn't like the taste of the coffee.
Oh.
I would have quite liked a hot milk.
Right. Maybe just a baby chino then in future.
What's a baby chino?
Just a little bit of warm milk with some froth on top.
Oh, yeah,
in an
yeah,
espresso cup for a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, with a little bit of cocoa powder over the top.
Oh, yeah, that's my perfect drink. Well, it's not really. I drink cold drinks.
Yeah, I think sometimes you just have to admit defeat, Debbie, and move on. Right, anyway, these sentiments, the Gemini saying dies, these are so cool. 8 elements in here. Friends like you are far too few.
Oh,
isn't that lovely?
That is lovely.
Then we've also got in here, family is where life begins and love never ends. Love that one.
Very nice.
This one here says there are friends, there is family, then there are friends that become family. Really nice.
That is a very true
It's a really gorgeous one, isn't it? And then this one here says every day might not be good, but there is something good in every day. Absolutely.
How nice is that?
These might work brilliantly on the inside of your cards as well, Debbie, I'm thinking, as well as the outsides.
Yeah.
And they will go beautifully with the next item I'm going to share with you. £22 or $27 if you want to get your hands on those. We're going to move on. We're going to look at these beautiful, beautiful frame dies. I remember us launching these. They were so incredibly busy. It's just... one second, can we just stop? Charlotte, Charlotte, are you okay? You're not okay.
She obviously just wants to look at me today, Joe, and not
does.
you.
Is there anything we can do to help? Okay. I think she's going to be all right. Right. We've got the shadow box dies for you. These are absolutely brilliant. They make wonderful frames which you can use for a whole host of different things. Look at that gorgeous one in there. I love that photo of you.
We were on the beach. That was our African sunset night in Cape Verde.
Oh, absolutely gorgeous. And then you're going to get this size here as well. They are brilliant. I love that they give you a proper photo frame, but they're not really that weighty or bulky, which is brilliant. You're going to get loads of extra elements in here to enable you to decorate these as well, which is brilliant. So this is the first one that you've got here. That's a 6x4 that you are looking at. You get practically a creator card in the centre of here as well, so the value is exceptional. I love that with the 4 corners, you are getting 4 different corners there too, so it's up to you. You've got so many different options when it comes to putting this together. This one here then is the slim line that you're looking at, which is kind of more like I'd say like a DL size, isn't it? And you've also then got the 5x7 in there too. And again, you've got 3 sets of nesting dies within that one there as well. They are available individually, but don't get them individually because when you get them together, you get that brilliant saving of £50 or $45, £80 or $100, and that comes down to £64 or $80 as a platinum member, which is amazing. These, Debbie, very, very pretty, but so functional as well.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy, isn't it? I've not seen them at this price before. So for what you're getting and the amount of dies you're getting is absolutely insane. If we just look down at one of the packs, now I'm going to be using the 4x6. And when the dies are all put together like that, you don't really see exactly what you are getting. You're getting your main worker die. That is the one that's going to create that box frame for you. You're then getting all these edging points. And I love this because these 2 in the middle middle, these actually cut out completely. So if you just want to mat and layer some edges down on your boxes, you can. All these other elements, they actually cut into your side parts. And what I love about it is we're giving you all of the 4 to do that. You don't have to do it one at a time. So I absolutely love that. So you can see here, you've got this, if we go for this slanted one, you've got this one and this one, which is your side and your top of your box. And then we've got them repeated again at the bottom here. So it means you can use them all in one go, which we're going to show you how to do. Then you're getting all your corners here. Again, I love this because you're getting actually 4 different corners. Instead of the same corners, you can mix and match them up, which is great. Like Joe was saying, the create a card die on this one, and you've got that outside cutting edge, which is brilliant because if you actually want to cut a hole in your frame and create that shaker element at the back, create it into a Christmas stand or a Christmas card, you're going to be able to do that as well. So the first thing we want to do is to cut out our main box die. So we're going to take this one and we're going to place this onto our piece of card. I'm just using some ivory or cream Centura Pearl. All the dies will work through a Gemini and above. So if you've got the Gemini and you've got the Gemini Pro, they're going to work through both those machines. So popping that in there, and then we're just going to run that through. Now the great thing about these, Joe, is not only do they create the cut lines, they also put in the score lines for you as well.
I mean, obviously, Debbie, like the sort of standard box element of this, you could make yourself, but you've got to be a whiz, haven't you, with a scoreboard and the scissors, and there's a lot of working out and calculating. I mean, with this just one pass, burnish those lines back in and you're done. I mean, it could not be easier.
Absolutely, yeah. It is such a very cool system and a very well thought out die. There's no way you want to be cutting all that and scoring all those lines in. It's easy enough to make a box, but to make a box frame is not so easy. Now, my first tip is put your score lines in first, because if we then go back in and die cut, what that's going to do, it's almost going to iron out those score lines. So I always like to go round and pop my score lines in. So we're just going to do it. So why I like to use Centura Pearl as well. We have got some on the show because it's such amazing cardstock and just works really well with these dies. I mean, obviously we do lots of cardstock and they're all going to work. I don't even think, Joe, you need a really heavyweight cardstock with these as well. Okay. I mean, obviously if you use 300 GSM, you're going to have a really good weight. But what I would say is anything from sort of a 260 up maybe. Okay. Because the actual rigidity of the box is going to be from folding all these in and holding it all together. Brilliant. Lots of people talking about the coffee situation. Pammy says it's a cup of coffee. Regina says, Joe, you are a hot cup of coffee. Thank you for that, Regina. I was trying to big you up, Joe. Sorry? I was trying to big you up, so you make you look all nice and comfy and cosy, being a cup of Joe. Donna Marie Harrison says, Joe, a cup of Joe is a slang term for a hot cup of coffee. Gilmore saying hello to everyone. Betty says it's coffee, and Miriam says, I'm drinking iced coffee. It's too hot for regular coffee today. It's going to be warm here today as well, Debbie. I'm not sure how warm. Do you know why I'm not sure how warm? I forgot my watch today. Oh, I feel a bit naked without it. Oh, that's not good. So really, it's a bit like our char. See, we could say char, and have a cup of char. To Charlotte. Char. Yeah. Do you like the name? Do you like the nickname Char, Charlotte? Char. No, she says she hates it. Yeah, she didn't say that. She likes Charlotte. I call her Charlotte. Yeah. Charlotte. Isn't that how it's pronounced in Scandinavia? I have no idea. Charlotte. Right, now what I am using, Joe, is our red liner tape, but I'm using our 6mm. It is the absolute perfect size to pop around your edges. And what you've seen I'm doing is I've turned so where I've scored it all in, I've now turned my box over, and on those outside we want to create all our edges. So we're going to just pop that down, the very end ones. And that's all you need to do for all your boxes. So whichever one you're making, this same step works exactly the same way. So just going around all the bottom, and that's your 6mm tape. Now, if you've only got our tape pens, that's fine, but try not to get them. The width of the tape pens is wider than 6mm. So what I would say is to just put it half sort of off the end and fold it back in, or you could just use your wet glue, but you'd need to just hold your boxes into place. Right, now I do all of that first, so I've got all my box ready. Now, if you just want to leave your box, that's absolutely fine. I'm burnishing my tape down because it's then easier to get off. But what will happen, you'll fold these edges in, and this piece that's glued will stick then to this front bit, so you can see it squares it off and you get that beautiful frame. But I actually want to take it a step further, so let's bring in our elements here, and we can start cutting some of these around the edges. So I'm just going to use these ones here. So now, just make sure, bring that round so you know which one you want to cut into. So this one is our circles, sort of half circles like a flower. I want them cut in so they go there. So I'm going to turn that back round and know that this middle section is the one that I need to do all the way round. So I'm just going to get some low-tack tape and tape those down. And it's what I love is that you can tape them all down and they will stay exactly where you need them to be.
So are you getting for each design you've got there, Debbie, are you getting 4 of each design or
Yes.
2? You are getting 4 of each design, so you can do
4.
it in one pass. That's
absolutely,
excellent.
yeah. Yeah, and that's what I wanted to show you, Joe, exactly that's what you can do. So let's pop that one into the centre, just like so, and then tape that one down. And then you go the opposite end. So these ones are slightly different. We've got a flower one, and then we've got almost like a pitted sort of one here. So let's use those ones and place those. And all you need to make sure you're doing is making sure that you put them the same way round. And not that you'd really notice much difference, but it just means like where those circles go, they're going round all the way round. Does that make sense?
It does indeed.
So pop that right into the centre. Again, pop that on. And this is just how I find it easier to do, is that you do all your score lines, put your tape on, and then as soon as you've done this section, you're ready to then pop your box together. And it means that all those score lines will be easy enough to fold back in. And then what we're going to do is just place all that into our Gemini, pop that down and run it through. So make sure I've put that
Kimberly Hardy is asking, is iced tea a thing that you drink in the UK? Not really, is it? I mean, you can buy iced tea in the shops,
Yeah, you can buy iced
obviously,
tea. It's
but it's not
really
popular here like it is in the US, is it?
Long Island iced tea.
Oh, yeah. Maybe.
I found out when I went on holiday, Joe, it was one of my favourite drinks.
Really?
It was very nice. Yeah, I loved it.
Very, very strong, though.
I was really shocked. I still actually don't know what was in it, apart from lemon and yeah, it had about 3 different alcohols in it.
Tequila, rum, vodka.
Oh, is that what it is?
Triple sec,
And
lemon
Coke.
juice, and Coca-Cola. I
Yeah.
think.
Oh, it was so good.
Oh, they're lethal, Debbie. Lethal.
Oh, I didn't realise that.
Yeah.
What
No wonder you had a nice time.
Yeah.
Some miracle you can remember, I reckon.
I was really shocked. I really liked it. Oh, I can't believe it. I've just pulled that. I do have another one, but I wanted to show you all this for demo reasons, is that how you can do that from scratch. So just be careful when you're taking away your low-tack tape. So let's pop them to the side so you can see they're all cut in, which means when we then bring these all round, you'll have that bit on the edge, right on there, okay? So I'm going to pop that to the side because I do have one that's done here and I didn't tear it. What I always do is start off with the longest pieces first. Oh, the other thing I didn't do, Joe, and I completely forgot, it's not like me, well it is like me, so I don't know why I'm saying that, is we're going to just pop some tape on those little corners, because these are the little corners that are going to stick underneath. So just tape them in as well. So pop them on. You don't need to fill it entirely, you just need to put that little bit of tape on, and that's going to secure it all together. And that one more, onto that. And again, just burnish it down so it's just easy then for the tape to come away. I'm actually just going to grab myself a piece of kitchen towel so we can take our tape away. You can see it's a nice little tip for anyone that's
Ian shared that with us, didn't he, the tip about using the kitchen towel?
Ian did share it with you, as I did as well, Joe.
Yes, after you'd seen it from Ian?
No, after Ian see it from me, I believe. Joe always winds me up about this, but honestly...
Me wind you up? Debbie, come on, that is unrealistic. Would I ever wind you up about anything?
Right, once you've done that, first of all, I'm going to put my piece of card in. So I've got a piece of card which I'm going to stick into our middle section. It's the one thing, it's the first time, Joe, I've remembered to do that. I normally always forget, so I've remembered this time to put it in first. Otherwise, I then have to trim it down. No harm in trimming it down, so if you want to put a photograph in there or anything else, it's just that it's a lot tidier when you put this in first. I'm just using some papers from the Hummingbird. Just going to pop that right into the centre.
It's a gorgeous paper pad, that one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so nice, isn't it? And then what we're going to do is just bring that round so you can see how neat then that will stay inside. So the first thing we want to do, these little corner parts, push them under and they will stick just to there. And then this piece at the side is sticky as well, which when this side comes in, it will stick together. So just give that a little massage to hold that in place, because obviously if you heat your glue up, it's going to be extra sticky and stay in place. So just pop that on there as well. And then we're just going to roll this round until you reach that point where it's squared. So once that's squared, just hold it down. You could just get your little tool and just pop that into place underneath, which will just secure that. Okay, and then we're going to do our other one. Oh, put the sides in first. I think what's nice about these, Joe, is they look complicated, but they're super easy to put together, and anyone can do them. You do get full, I've seen them somewhere, here we go. You do get full step-by-step instructions on how you put them together, and then it will tell you on the back to get to your main card. So you do get all that in your pack. We're then just going to turn that around, and again, place that down. I mean, a pokey tool actually would probably be better, the back of your pokey tool, because you could really get in there to hold that down. Oh, we've stuck our glue onto our mat, and that side as well. And then our last ones. Now, what's great about this one is your corners will be completely stuck to that inside.
How many times have people tried to create something like this, Debbie? You go through the whole effort of the scoring, the measuring, the cutting, and then you put it together and it looks like a donkey's back leg, because it's not, you know, there's so many variables, isn't there? Everything has to be so precise to get it looking professional.
Absolutely.
With a die, you get that professional result every time.
You absolutely do. And just take your time, make sure you stick those edges down, because you are going to get that looking beautiful. And then our last one, we're just going to tuck in and push down. Just, oh, push that one in a bit too much. So just looking, seeing where that is, and then we can get that beautiful edge. There we go. Yeah, I love the simplicity of these and how they all come together, getting those perfect corners which just look lovely. Right, so that's our frame done. Then what I've done is created, let me just grab my piece of card. We're gonna grab our die here, which is family is where life begins and love never ends. So a really beautiful die. All we're gonna use, now you've got your outside cutting edge and you've got your main die as well. So this cuts out completely, and then you've got your mat and layer. I don't want my mat and layer, I just want the actual die to cut out. So we're just gonna cut it out of some of our mirrored cardstock, our Centura cardstock. So let's just pop that through, and actually, because we've got the bigger Gemini, I'm just going to run it through, and oh well, actually we might as well just run it through. It doesn't matter another 8 seconds, does it? But I was going to reverse it and bring it back through. So yeah, cutting that. Now you've got all those individual elements in there. I'm not using all those because I think it's nice to have the actual words showing at the front. So I wanted to do quite a simplistic frame. So I'm just going to tap those out. And then you get that beautiful die. And then all I've done is I've just brought in a little bit of sort of mustard colour to go in with sort of the colours that are in here, just to matte and layer over the top. So let me grab, in fact I can use that piece of card. Going to pop on the back of this one our glue dots. So anyone that's new to us and you've not seen our glue pens, we do a dotty tape pen, which is amazing. So check if you do have them normally and you can stock up on them because they are amazing. So we're gonna pop that on into place, but they will just go wherever we place them. And then all the rest go through.
Inkwell Chick wants to know if you can run the decorative die through at the same time as the main die, Debbie.
The decorative die through the same time as the main die. Does that
around
mean
the edges?
I
don't think you can because aren't the... Oh, no.
No, you can, Joe, yes. Yeah. So the answer to that is yes. I don't do that because...
It's quite a lot of variables, isn't it?
Yes, and also you don't want them to overlap just in case.
Yeah.
If you take them all down very well, so if I bring in that main die and bring in these ones, they will fit through. What you've just got to make sure you put them in the right one. So I know, because we've just done that they go into this section here. But can you see how tight it is? If that slightly slips, you're going to get a wonky line.
Right.
So by actually cutting this out first and then using these, you get a much better, cleaner line. So I would recommend that. But you can absolutely put them through at the same time. What I would recommend is that you tape them down well. So all I'm going to do now is place this into the middle section, just like so. And then we're going to pop that into the middle. And then all I want to do to finish it off, so with that hummingbird collection, I've just coloured in one of Sarah's hummingbirds. So I believe that's still on the website. And we're just going to place that on the side there. So we're keeping it quite nice and simple. I'm going to use actually our 3D glue gel. And we're just going to use that on there. Just like so. And there we go. Oh, and I'll tell you what I haven't done, Joe. I have done the same thing as before. I've just created a little stand to make it into a little photo frame. So we're just going to put that tape onto the back, and it just allows us to stand up our frame. So all we're going to do is turn that round, pop that into place. There we go. And if I turn that round, that will just stand on the top.
Oh,
it's going to slip because of our, just let me put it more forward, and then it should stay, it will stand. Oh, it's going to slip because it's slippy surface, but there you go, we've got our lovely little frame with our word saying in there.
Yeah, really cute, and one of so many different things that you can do so much with these. Take them in really any direction you want, whether you're making functional frames. I know Craig made one, didn't he, where he sort of stuck 3 of them together, Debbie. It was like a big sort of, almost like a scrap frame he'd created. There's loads that you can do with these. I think they are so functional, but so versatile as well. I'll quickly show you, on the sizes, the ones that you're getting. So this is the slim line that you've got just there. Really brilliant. That one's been used as a shaker box, which I think is a very, very clever idea. Then you've also got the 6x4, which is this size just here, and you will also get the 5x7 included. But you've got lots of options when it comes to decorating these, because you're getting so many different dies included within there as well. So that's the 5x7. And a lot of these decorative elements, they'll work across all of the different designs. So you've got 4 corners in this one, and all of your... Debbie, help me. Nesting dies will work across. Yeah, I know. We'll work across all of the different shapes and sizes for you. So you've got that one, and then you've also got your slim line, which is this one just here. Again, more nesting dies in there, and then also your shadow box in 6x4. That's got the creator card in there. I love the panels on this one as well. Really, really beautiful. Very Art Deco, this particular one. £64 or $80 is what you're looking at as a Platinum member. That is a great saving for everyone. Platinum members, of course, getting that extra 20% 20%, which is brilliant. Make sure you snap those up. These are actually their best ever price as well, which is wonderful. Now we're going to move on, have a little look at what I think is probably the deal of the day here today on Crafters TV. I'm going to share with you a brilliant deal on garden parsley that we've got for you. Now, I'm going to show you the whole collection because it says it's half price. It's actually slightly better than half price. But it is broken down into some smaller bundles across on the website, so you can go and check those out. But I would definitely be grabbing the whole collection whilst you've got it on such a great deal. I'll take you through what you've got in here then. So you've got Vintage Parasol, which is your first embossing folder. Then you also have your Towering Teacups, which is this one here. Brilliant stencils in this particular collection. I remember when we launched this and thinking how versatile these stencils are, because whilst it looks brilliant as a panel, there's actually 3 different elements and areas of that you can pick out. With this next one here, the traditional lace, I'd say there's probably more like 4 separate stencils in there which can then be put together as one image should you wish. This one here, this is your rosette, the beautiful rosette. There are certain dies, I think, in signature collections which transcend every collection that you use and every single sort of style of card you make at home. This is one of them because it's a rosette. All you're doing is selecting what kind of cardstock, paper stock, vellum you would like to use, and then it will make that gorgeous rosette for you. Next up, you've got the Happy Summertime, which is your letters, your occasions, your ordinals, your numbers, all on there for you. So brilliant for making invitations. Then you've got the Summertime Florals, which is a gorgeous layering stamp there. You can see it gives you a really lovely floral design. This one here is Delicate Roses. Think about building this up as a scene and maybe snipping away some of that imagery. I think these two are up there as some of my favourite edgeable dies we've ever done because they are very clever. What you're getting is a leading edge and then sort of a decorative topper. But it means you can really play around. You can have multiple matte layers there and also then have the detail on top. And exactly the same with, you okay over there? Exactly the same with this one just here. She's having a smashing time over there. Next up as well, you've got your sentiments, party and celebrate are also within there. And then you've got some really gorgeous stamps and dies which I'll share with you, which are these two ginormous sets of stamps and dies. So you've got in here your Vintage Birdcage, which is that one there. Absolutely love that. It's got very French, like a le chic, that one just there. Then you've also got this one here, which is, oh, she did hear me, she's choosing to ignore me. You've then got this one here, which is Dainty Lace, so that gorgeous, gorgeous parasol. Look at the price on it. $92.90 or $115.50 should be your price. You've got a brilliant saving, just over half price, $36.80 or $45.60 as a platinum member. Sometimes Debbie doesn't, me and Debbie are, let's just say I think we're on the same page, aren't we, Debbie, when it comes to our hearing. You should hear us try and have conversations with each other. Someone I didn't realise, also my old housemate, we're both a bit deaf. My old housemate Stacey, she is very deaf as well. Well, she's more deaf than we are.
Oh wow.
But my friends always take the mickey out of me, try and say, like, listening to you and Stacey, as my old housemate, having a conversation on the phone, basically just shouting at each other down the phone. People just like, inside voices. Miriam says, just got notification of a CC package being delivered. Woohoo! I believe it's my sunflowers. Ooh.
Oh, that's exciting.
That is exciting.
Yeah.
Sunflowers are in the shops now, aren't they? They're everywhere, which is brilliant.
Yep, absolutely.
I should get some of those at home.
I don't know when the date of it is, but I do have the craft along with the sunflower kit. Ooh. So yeah, which I'm quite excited for. I'm trying to think of.
I want to say it's like the 22nd of July. I don't know why. I think
okay.
I've just plucked that out of thin air, that date. But
I hope it's not that soon.
it could be right. It could be wrong. Also, can we just take a moment to understand what's going on with this piece of hair just here today? What's going on with this here? I'm not doing, is it? I look like...
It's not playing ball.
It's not, what's that? It's a bit, it's not, it's a bit of a can. What's happened is, I hope my current hairdresser isn't watching, Debbie, but because I didn't go home to Manchester for a whole month,
right.
I had to have 2 haircuts, not my regular person.
Okay.
And I think 1 haircut away from your regular person, it's all right, isn't it? They kind of just trimming it and, you know, it's never really that bad. It's never as good as going to, like, the main person that cuts your hair.
I like it better at the moment. I
hate
don't
it.
like you shaving. I don't.
Oh no, no, it's going to be cut. It needs cutting. It will get cut on,
Yeah, no, I
Monday.
like it a bit
think.
longer.
Well, I've had 2 haircuts at a hairdresser that's not my normal hairdresser.
Right.
I don't even know who I am anymore, basically. I look in the mirror in the morning, I think, who's this guy? Yeah, I just.
Oh, you're still gorgeous.
You know, you
Joe.
need
You're
to. You
still
know what it's
handsome.
like though. The joy of going to your. You know when you go to a hairdresser and you love them and they always
Yeah.
cut it precisely how you want it.
I've
then
never
you go
found that.
Sorry?
I've never found that.
You've never had that?
No, I feel like I have to explain every single time that I go. Yeah.
See, I used to go to the same barber for like 3 years. There was occasions where I'd get, this is so sad, I'd go from Peterborough to Manchester on the train to get a haircut.
Oh wow.
And then I'd like stay the night usually, but there was a time where I went up, had a haircut and went home again.
Oh.
And then he left, and it took me ages to find a new one. I've been going to the new one for like 2 years, and if I can't get back there, it makes me anxious.
Oh.
Not that I'm being dramatic, I may ever.
My normal hair's fine. It's my fringe. No one seems to,
Right.
because my fringe grows, and I think actually most women might find the same thing, because my hair grows more on the left side than it does on the right side. So my fringe hardly grows this side, but it goes longer this side.
Right.
So I don't know why it does.
So do you have to like cut it slightly shorter when they cut it?
Yeah,
And then-
right. No, it just has to be thinned out more on this
Right.
side, and they don't always do it, so it's sometimes thicker on
Yeah.
this side and quite
The
thin
problem
on this
I have
side.
with mine is my hair isn't really growing here anymore, but it's still growing here absolutely fine. Yeah. Anyway, I guess we should push on.
Well,
as,
yes, we better
as
come off
outlined
of hair,
by
'cause Charlotte is telling us
She's
off.
she's a very.
I think she's over-exaggerated, though.
She's a very. She's in very oppressive mood today, isn't she? Yeah, she really is. Anyway, let's move back to the concertina dies. Thank you for that, Charlotte. Which are these ones just here. So you've got the vines there. Really cool again how these go together. A lot like those shadow boxes that we looked at. And we've also got the lace in here as well. £20 or $23 is your price on those. £16 or $18.40 as a platinum member. Is this where we're going back next to Debbie?
Yes, we are,
Brilliant.
absolutely. So let's show these again in action. This time I've just got some beautiful pearlised blue cardstock that we're going to pop them onto, and I'm going to cut all 3, but this time where we used the biggest one before, I'm just going to use the 2-inch one. So we're using the 2-inch and the corner die, and we're going to do a little home decor piece, just something a little bit different to show you it doesn't always have to be about card making or scrapbooking. We can actually bring our paper crafting into the home, and there's so many different things that we can do with that. I think at Christmas you find that paper crafting can come into its own in home decor, especially on your Christmas table. But when you think about things that are around the house, I think that's a bit more of a tougher one to do. So let's take these ones out. See, they're quite hard at coming out of the die, this one. So let me just, I'm going to take them out this way. There we go. So, I mean, they cut absolutely beautiful. You can see all the score lines are in there. And then we've got our other ones. So pop those out. So that's our beautiful corner. And then we're going to be using this one, which is our 2-inch one. So you can see we get 3 different varieties to make all different frames. So Joe, if you was to do a scrapbook page and you wanted to frame the whole thing, you would just count how many inches the dies are to what would frame your scrapbooking page. Very clever. And what's nice about it as well is they will all go flat, which I absolutely love. So we're going to take our 2-inch one. I'm going to have 2 of those, and we need 2 of these ones because we're going to create a little holder. So again, turn it upside down. The thinnest line we're going to turn on itself. So that's the best way to remember it, is by turning it upside down, and then you do the opposite fold, so mountain and valley fold, and then we're going to do the same on the other side. So bending that forward to create that little lip.
Very cleverly engineered these as well to get that 3D element with them, but
Yes.
yet it still be for a corner, because it's quite difficult to do that, isn't it?
Absolutely, and I love that. That just fits very well. I mean, that's just a perfect fit where you've got that triangle that goes in, but it allows that room so it can be folded flat, but also pop up. So yeah, very clever engineering of that die. And then we're going to do our next one. So again, turning it over, we're going to fold that little piece in. So burnishing them. and then mountain and valley fold, and then repeat on that side. Oh, can't get hold of it. I'm just making sure, because sometimes when you fold it, it wants to sometimes fold on a different part, just natural because of the card shape. Again, that gives us our corner, and then our next one, folding over and back again, and then one more, turn it over, fold on that little lip, and then your mountain and valley fold. Right, so we've got all our bits to do there. Now all we're going to do, Joe, I'm going to bring in a card, but I want it to have a purpose. So I've got my card blank. My card blank is just a 7x5. I've then mat and layered that same blue, so you can see I'm using that Knitwits collection. I think it's a homebody one. Beautiful collection. So I thought I would just use this to create a nice bit of home decor. This would be quite a nice gift for if you're moving home, or even just for someone in their office. So pop that down. Then what I want to do is pop this onto our card. Then the next thing we want to do is I want to create a little holder. So I'm going to pop that on there. So that creates our card. I've done it as a card, but if you want to put a little stand on the back, you can. If you want to even create a little box that you glue to the back so it will stand up, you could do that. But what I want to do is create a little holder for my notes. So we're just going to make sure that corner goes in, because the corners are going to go side to side. So this time we're putting both corners together. So these are going to go right here. So all you want to do is make sure before you glue them down, we want to make sure that they're central to our makes. So what I am going to do,
This might be a silly question, Debbie.
Yep.
Can we make them less dimensional if we wanted to?
Yes.
So could we like snip one of the tabs off and have them back the other way? I'm just thinking if you wanted to have it more like a pocket for like a gift voucher or something like that to slot into.
Absolutely, of course you could do that, yeah, and absolutely. Let me just grab the scissors. And also, Joe, if you just wanted to make these little tabs, you've got beautiful, you could cut a few of those, so you could create almost like a border as well, so you could decorate what you're saying. But also, if you just wanted this to be a corner, just trim these off. Because what you've got then is you've got almost like photo corners for your makes. And put all four of those together and you'd have a beautiful sort of circle effect, which would be really pretty. So yeah, there's lots of different things that you can do with them. Just making sure I've not cut what I don't need, although we would just cut them again. So again, I like to create my corners first, so I'm just going to pop a piece of tape onto there and then turn that on itself, just like so, and this one as well. And make sure when you put your corners together, make sure you've got that sort of squidginess so nothing catches. Squidginess, I don't know if squidginess is a word. Is it a word, do you think, Joe?
Is now.
Is now, we'll have it. We'll have that as our word. So popping that into place. And then we're going to bring our glue in again. So I like to use tacky glue. It's a nice strong glue and doesn't take long to stick either. And then we're just going to pop, and because I'm using my little intricate bottle or precision bottle, it means that I can get right in to that bit. Oh, I've done it wrong. Didn't want to do that, Joe.
Oh no, what you done?
Silly, I know. I might have to cut another one. Because what I don't want to do, I'm using this time. I've completely forgot I'm not using it as a corner. So we might need to I'm just trying to get rid of all my tacky glue now, but it might not be possible. I've got a finished one, so it's fine. I want to use it as a holder, not a corner. So what we want to do is put the glue on the backs. So let's just... And what I'm going to do, I'm using a wet glue. The reason I wanted to use a wet glue on the backs of these is because I want to have that manoeuvrability. So we want to be able to give it a little bit of wiggle room, and when we're putting them together. So have them together, sort of hover them where you want them on your make, and then you can sort of put them where they're going to meet up. And then I'm just going to square that off. So push that down, push that one down. and then you can sort of see where they're going to go. Just like so. So once they're together, that's it, you can then let go. So we've got our, I'm going to bring that down a little bit more. It's the good thing with tacky glue, we can manoeuvre that about. A little bit more there. I'm just going to hold that straight because I think that one needs to be raised a little bit. There we go, that's better. So once you've got them into place, then we can push them down, just hold them into place for that glue to stick. That was lucky, our glue didn't go too far. You can keep manoeuvring that about for a little while, which is good. So remember to use that. So that creates that bit, but I want it to hold. So I've actually created just a little piece of note paper so we can pop that inside. You can put cut lots of these out to hold that little note paper there. And then we're just going to put some added ones around the side to hold these in place. So like before, I've got a little piece of, I've just cut a little sliver of card and I want to just place that underneath. Might be a little bit, I've probably done that a little bit too big. Oh, that one's okay. We're going to use, let me use a scrap piece of card there. Let's turn it over. And we're just going to pop our dots onto there. So we can hold that one in place just slightly under there. This will just hold your side pieces together. And then when we come to put this one on, we just need that glue at the bottom. So again, just so you've got a little bit of wiggle room, place that one underneath. So that will line up. And also you can then pop this one into place as well. Oh, little.
So clever how these go together. I think definitely one of those sets, Debbie, the more you use them, the more sort of ways you'll come up with using them as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they're not going to break the bank, let's face it. £20 or $23 today.
Yeah, which is such a good deal, isn't it? So let's just trim that one off. And then we're going to do the same on the opposite side. So we've got our last one. Let's pop some glue on there. And also just place this down. And it just holds it. You don't have to do this. I just think it holds it into place. Pop that in there. And then we're going to hold that one down. And then bring that one underneath. Like so. And then you can line it up. So just along here, you can see where you can push that to the other one. Because we've got that wet glue, it gives you that little bit more wiggle room. Perfect. And then we can trim those off. And then all we've got then, Joe, is I've just got from that same bundle, I've just popped out the words for, or the letters for memo.
I thought that said meow for a moment.
Meow. Meow.
Meow. Meow.
Oh, I thought they were half ones then. Actually, that will do for that one. So I'm going to use, I'm just going to trim these down. So let's do our E. So I'm going to put our E, let's see where we're going to pop these.
Debbie's loving this paper. Sarah Brown says it's so beautiful, Debbie. Really lovely colours. Kind of matches your nails as well, Debbie.
Yes, it does. I've become more and more a pink girl over time, Joe, that's for sure. And then our O. So let's take our backings off there. And then we're going to put our memo just on there. And then our little bit of paper. We're just going to put a little tab onto this one.
What do you need reminding about, Debbie? What do you always forget?
Got everything, Joe. Everything, honestly. My memory is shot. So we're just going to pop that down in there, and then there we go. We've got our little card memo, which is just a nice, handy little gift for somebody.
Really, really cute. Did you want to get ready for the card of the show, Debbie?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Amazing. Whilst Debbie does that, I'll just remind you exactly what you are getting in this particular collection. A very, very cleverly designed set of dies, which means that you don't need too many dies to be able to create actually really lovely big projects with these. So £20 or $30, it's saving you a third, gets you both the lace, and it also gets you the vines as well. £16 or $18.40 is your price there on those. Right then, card of the show, Debbie.
Okay, so we've got number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. Wow. There we go. So let's just bring all those in. So we've got number 1, which was our first concertina frame. Number 2, our Frosty and Bright. Number 3, our shadow box with our sayings. And number 4 was our memo card.
Brilliant. Absolutely awesome. Make sure you get your votes in, and we'll pick a winner in just a second. I want to remind you of something that sold out yesterday. We've had a little bit of stock of it come back. It is the bows that you guys love yesterday. So I'll just share with you a picture of these. Now these absolutely sent the website into meltdown. It's the pool bows, traditional Christmas 12 bows in 4 different colours. If you missed these yesterday, then they are back in stock. What I would say is we have less than 100 of them to go around. A lot of you have already found these and they're in your basket. If you missed them yesterday, get them now, stock up on them, multi-order on them where you can would be my advice, although they're probably going to go very, very quickly if you do that. But do grab them. I know the acetate as well was what we launched alongside them. The gold and silver has gone and sold out. We do have the red and green still in stock, and it is beautiful. It's 380 microns, which is kind of around double the thickness of a regular construction acetate. It does feel like, you know when you buy acetate boxes in stores and they are super, super thick, it's definitely got that real, professional feel to it. 4 different designs in here. You'll get 3 of each design. You've got the red and the green. The foiling, I must say, the camera doesn't do it justice, the foiling. It is very, very reflective. It's absolutely gorgeous. $19.99 or $22.95 if you want to get your hands on those ones. And we will, I'm going to just take a moment to remind you about the Frosty and Bright collection. Very, very busy still on this, as it has been since we launched it earlier this week. Remember what you're getting in here, then you're going to get the 12 by 12 paper pad, which is just fabulous. And as always, these 12 by 12 pads really set the tone for these collections. You will get it in the 12 by 12 and the 6 by 6. Now remember, the 6 by 6 is the full image from the 12 by 12 resized into the 6 by 6 size. So it's going to give you even more options, which is wonderful. Then what you've also got in here is we have the gilding flakes. They are colour match for this collection. You've also got sequins in here, a really lovely big bag of beautiful iridescent sequins, and the ribbons as well. And they're all going to work beautifully together, as is the faux snow. So you've got 50 grams of faux snow in here. Just to show you, because I don't think you realise, there's a lot in there, and a little of that goes a very, very, very long way. So do grab a hold of that. Then what we also have is these. Now these have been released, limited edition to go with your Frosty and Bright. They are water reactive ink pads in colours which complement this collection beautifully. So you've got your frosted sea glass, which is this one here. You've also got the polar blue and the lavender ice. Lots of you adding extras of those into your basket. It's a really shrewd move. You then also have your luxury card stock, which is the one here. So you've got glitter card, which I think works so well at Christmas, and then you've got your double-sided luxury pearlescent card stock in there as well. Let's move into the rest of the collection. It is an absolute whopper, this one. So you've got your sentiments in here. This is a Christmas, the Christmas is die cut for you, as you can see, and then you've got all of the other stamps on there to create the rest of your sentiment. You've actually got 3 beautiful edgeable dies in here. I love these. It's like a mini collection within a collection, because you've got Happy Holidays, you've got Merry and Bright, and also Happy Christmas in there too. And then you've got these gorgeous baubles included. Removable outside edge, so you can create that matte layer. You've got your snowflake edgeable in there, which works well with the collection, but I think something you can definitely use all the year through. And the very cleverly designed Christmas tree. Again, it has the outside edge, but it's separated. You can cut it in or you can cut it out. It's completely up to you. You then have the foliage. Great to have winter foliage. Foliage, of course, is so essential when it comes to all of your flowers. You've got your sparkling snowflakes in there, 5 different sizes, which is brilliant. Then we move into your embossing folders. So you've got your enchanted Christmas tree. You also have your cut and emboss folder, which is your Christmas tree. And you've then got the resist panels as well, which are 12 amazing panels. Now the great thing is about these, and we could give you coloured foiled panels, but the wonderful thing about this is you've got the option to colour these yourself, which is great. You've got 12 different designs in there and you'll get one of each. £124.99 or $162.95. That's great because that's a saving of over £50 or almost $70, which is excellent. But when you consider your Club Inspired discount as well, I mean, to get that's a really huge collection. To get that for under £100 as a Platinum member, I think is brilliant. If you're in the UK, you'll get free postage and packaging, and you'll get free shipping and handling if you are over in the US. Card of the show is number 4, Debbie. Number 4.
Oh, the last one, that one. There we go. Number 4, the memo set.
Brilliant. We've got lots to look forward to, Debbie and myself. We're going to have a masterclass for you in an hour, which is going to be all things home decor, and then myself and Debbie back with you at 6 p.m. here in the UK, 1 o'clock East Coast, 10 a.m. West Coast, where we're going to have an incredible car load. We've got lots to look forward to for the rest of the day, Debbie, haven't we?
We certainly have, yeah. I love having a masterclass because it really does just draw us back in and rethink what we can do as that masterclass. And I love the fact that we can do sort of picture frames and photo stands and things. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, and we'll be back in literally just over an hour.
Yes, absolutely. Don't forget to check out your baskets, especially if you've gone for those bows that have just come back into stock. They are exceptionally busy, as is Frosty and Bright. It's time, if you're here in the UK, to grab yourself some lunch. Maybe it's time for some breakfast if you're across the pond. But make sure you come back and join myself and Debbie here in hour 4, that home decor masterclass. We'll see you then. Take care.